Welcome to the Attic Library. Just went over into the attic and pulled out this book called Parkinson's Law. Little short book. We're going to look at it. It has some profound implications for time management, something we all need more of. So in the essence of time, click the subscribe button below and we'll get to it. What is Parkinson's Law? Who is Parkinson? Cyril Northcote Parkinson was a British historian, and in 1955 he writes an article for The Economist. In this article, he lays out the idea behind Parkinson's Law. Now, what is Parkinson's Law? It's basically the idea that however much time you have to complete a project, that is how much time it will take. If you have a month to complete a task, it'll take a month. If you have a week to complete a task, it will take a week. If you have a day to complete a task, you can do it in a day. So as an experiment, I took this particular book. It is about 20 or so pages long. And I said, I'm going to read the book and I'm going to record the video within 2 hours. Thought that would be a good little way to test this idea because you can easily stretch reading a book, shooting a video out over a week or two. So this is our test run tonight to see how Parkinson's Law works for us. Now, for beginners, to get started here, this little book is not written by Parkinson. It was written by Pierre Picher. What you see with books on Parkinson's Law a good bit is a lot of different people have come along and taken his original idea that however much time you have to complete a task, that's how much time it will take, and they've written their own book about it. So that's what we have here. But the idea itself comes with 3 different caveats. One is that a person with a job to do will use all of the time available to do it. Number 2, employees always prefer to have a subordinate rather than a rival. And number 3, employees mutually create work. So when we think of Parkinson's Law in its initial context, it's really talking about government bureaucracy. So let's look at these 3 aspects of Parkinson's Law and see if we can come up with some way to apply it to our lives. Number 1, however much time you have to complete a task, that's how much time it will take. Wow, this is profound. When I looked at my own life, I realized my inclination for the law of procrastination to kick in. You know, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow, right? Well, you've got old man Parkinson whispering from the grave here, basically saying, if you will set some deadlines and give yourself a time to have a task completed, you'll do it. Now, the second part of Parkinson's Law. Employees always prefer to have a subordinate rather than a rival. Parkinson was looking at civil government in the post-World War II era when government workforces were growing at a pretty rapid rate. And he came up with the figure of 5% that government civil service roles tended to grow in a year's time. And you think about that governments don't cut forces very much. They don't cut back. They grow. And why is that? Because if you take away market forces, what you have is the idea that, wow, I have some work to do. I need someone to help me. I will hire someone. But we don't hire at our level, we hire a subordinate. Subordinate comes in and this plays itself out years after years. We hire more and more subordinates in government. And then what happens? Well, the more subordinates you have, the more work you need for them to do. They got to do something, right? So that's where the third aspect comes in. Employees mutually create work. So point number 3, civil servants naturally create more work. Think about it. The more people you hire, the more stuff you need for them to do. So the more stuff they come up with to do, the more people they need to hire. So it's a never-ending cycle that we need to hire some people, and then we need to come up with something for them to do. And the more stuff they come up with to do, then the more people we need to hire to do the stuff. And that's bureaucracy run amok. So how do we personalize Parkinson's Law? Well, for starters, set yourself a deadline for the major projects in your life and make it pretty short. Most of the time, I have found that I can work quicker than I think I can. I can get more stuff done in a shorter period of time if I just put myself to it, put my mind to it, and get on it. Parkinson comes along and back in 1955, he realized this, that however much time we take to give ourselves and our mind to finish something, that's how much time it's going to take. Most people never get around to doing big, important things because they think it will take too long. And that's wrong. You can do a lot more in a short period of time than you realize just by putting your mind to it and working at it. So set a reasonable goal, but a relatively short goal to get something done, like shooting this video. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does need to get done. I heard a saying once that done is better than perfect. Oftentimes we get caught up in this, oh, it's got to be perfect. Oh, I've got to work hard. I've got to make it better. And really what you need to do is finish it. If you want to complete a project, if you want to do something great, then go ahead and put some structure around that, put some deadlines around it. Say, I'm going to have this part of the journey completed within a week. I'm going to do this tomorrow, and it will really work. It can really revolutionize your life. So thank you for joining me in this episode of the Attic Library. I'm Rex Baker. We have been looking at Parkinson's Law. And I encourage you to get little books like this. Read articles online. You don't have to read War and Peace to change your life. You can read something short that's to the point and can really have a positive impact on you right now, right here. So go ahead, click subscribe below. Join our little channel here at the Attic Library. And we're going to be coming out with a review each week of a book of some sort. It may be short, some will be longer. But I look forward to you joining me in this journey. I'm Rex Baker. Thank you very much, and talk to you later.